Hey, and welcome back to another Darkfold tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at how to create an end roll for our videos, or if you want to use it as a pre-roll, or if you want to create some sort of gallery, some sort of showcase for your images or projects. However you use it is entirely up to you. I'm just going to show you quickly how we can do that. So you want to change this to the video sequence editor, or if you followed along in the previous tutorial, you can go ahead and select the layout that you've already created. So this is the one I created. There will be a link in the description if you want to see that video if you've not already seen it. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is add our base image. You can use a movie clip if you want to, but I'm going to just use this image. And all it's going to be is a background image with a bit of text on it. So what we need to do is just make this the length of the timeline, so let's just stretch this out. I'm just going to go to say 10 seconds, that should be plenty of time. Again, how this looks and how this acts is entirely up to you. What we want to do now is add our first movie clip and overlay it. So when I created this image, I knew exactly where I wanted the movie clips to be, so kind of have that in mind when you're creating your base image. So Shift A and let's add in our first movie clip. Okay, so it's added it right over the top, and what we want to do is maybe scale it down and then position it. So what we can do with the movie clip already selected, what we want to do is press Shift A, and we want to add an effect strip. We want to add in a transform. So make sure the transform's selected, make sure you've not selected anything else. And then we want to go down and check uniform scale. Now that's going to work exactly how you want it to, or exactly how you think it would. It's going to scale things in a uniform manner, so we don't have to mess around with two values. So let's go ahead and scale this down so it's small, maybe is it 0.5, maybe even smaller than that. So yeah, maybe even smaller still. You just want to get a rough size for now, so then we can position it and then come back and make final adjustments to the scale. We can also then copy the scale across the other transforms when we add other ones, so that'll save us a little bit of time. So what we need to do is change this blend type from replace to alpha over. So now we can see that the movie clips, it's overlaid over the base image. So what we can do now, under strip input, we can check image offset, and we can position this where you want it to be. Say something like this. So obviously it still needs a bit more work. We can scale this back up and move it around. Okay, so that's the first one done, and it's pretty much the same thing now for the other two. So I'm just going to Shift A, I'm going to add in our second movie clip. We can see this one ends before the timeline does. Instead of that, what I'm going to do is just drag this out, so it just freeze frames after that frame there, I guess. Which for me, I don't mind. That'll be alright for this example. So we also need to add a transform to this. So with this movie clip selected, let's go Shift A, effect strip, transform. And again, we need to go down to the scale, or we need to go up rather. So make sure the transform's selected, and then we check uniform scale. Now we already know what scale we want, so if we select this other transform here, and if we hover over the value, press Ctrl C, then hover over this value, Ctrl V. It's a lazy way of just pasting the things over, get things done quicker. So let's change this now to alpha over. So as you can see, the movie clips is overlaid the other one, and that's because in the timeline or in this editor here, everything's layer based, so anything on the bottom will be seen last. Okay, so again we want to copy the X value for this one and paste it here. Now I know this is very basic, just 3 images on one plane, but you can make it more advanced, make it look a lot better than this. Again, you'd want to personalize it to your channel, I guess, if you're creating a channel intro. Okay, so same thing for the last one now, just I'm going to speed through it so you don't have to wait around. But it's the exact same technique. It's just scale the videos to the position that you want on your on your background, and yeah, personalize it to the way you want it to look. So adding simple fades is very easy to do. If you watched the previous tutorial, you'll know how to do that. So make sure you refresh sequencer before you go to render. We can go and then change the file format. I'm going to use H.264 since that's what I usually use. Change the frame rate if you need to, and then also select the file output where it's going to be saved to. The frame rate, the resolution, everything looks fine. We can go ahead and give this a render. So it's a very quick way how to create a pre-roll or end roll depending on how you want to use it. Hopefully it did help. If it did, be sure to give it a like, and yeah, thanks for watching.